Alright guys, this is what I'm making ribeye steak with a baked potato wedges on this side. Now the first thing what I have is the steak. About the ribeye steak, is all you have a T-bone steak bought from Costco. It doesn't really matter what kind of steak they're going to use it for, but anyway, to get all the excess water, you're going to pat down with the paper towel that allows the steak from gray. You're going to make sure pat it really well dry before we're going to season. You have to make sure the steak needs to pat it down to dry well with the paper towel, like I said, that allows the steak from gray. Now you just want to place it onto a 9 by 13 inch baking pan, lining with plastic wrap. That way for easy cleanup. We're going to season this steak to drizzle with first with extra virgin olive oil, season with kosher salt, ground black pepper, your favorite herbs. Then I'm going to be using for rosemary's, see what else I got, dry mints, parsley flakes, dried basils, oregano, and tarragon. You can use any herbs do you like, it is completely up to you. And some garlic on both sides. So let's start with the olive oil. Then sprinkle with salt. Ground black pepper. My favorite herbs, like I'm having for rosemary, parsley, dry mints, tarragon, oregano, and basil. Now here's one of my secret. Steak seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle just a tiny bit. I don't want that much. Minced garlic. Now did the same at both sides. Let me just flip it over. Olive oil, salt, black pepper. You gotta make sure to rub it all together, your herb mix. Okay, that's good. A little bit of steak seasoning. And garlic. There you go. Once you season and rub it on both sides, you're going to cover tightly with some plastic wrap and let the steak sit to marinate for 27 minutes. While they're waiting for the steak to sit to marinate for 27 minutes, let's go on for the baked potato wedges. I preheat the oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to make sure the oven will be nice and hot. I wash and scrub it with the russet potatoes. Then I'm going to be using 4 of those. It depends how many people who's going to be having for the potato wedges. Any individuals. And you're also going to take a large cookie sheet lined with aluminum foil and spray it with nonstick cooking spray that I'm going to be using with olive oil. I set it aside for a moment. You want to cut the potatoes into really nice wedges. Get used to it with the sharp knife. Just cut it in half. Like that. Ooh, this will get really heavy potatoes. Yeah, make sure it's wedges. Just like you're making French fries for the deep frying. We got the potato just cut into wedges. I place it onto a prepared cookie sheet. I'm going to drizzle with lots of extra virgin olive oil. Sprinkle with some kosher salt. And ground black pepper. I'm just going to toss this around real coated. I'm going to wear with the plastic gloves because I'm making a lot of mess. This glove is really easy for the hand-free. Right, that looks good. Spread it over evenly. Just to get a few spaces we'll arrange. We're going to bake this for 35 minutes for first. You gotta make sure to keep an eye on it in the oven. Meanwhile, while we have the potatoes just in the oven for 35 minutes for first, I preheat the non-stick skillet over about medium or medium high heat. Just you want to make sure it gets nice and slightly hot. Once that's slightly hot, you can go ahead and drizzle more of the oil. That's extra virgin olive oil. Give that to a swirl. Now you want to carefully plop the steak in the skillet. It has good oil on it. Here goes. And just grab a spoon with butter. Get that flavorful. Now you want to cook the steak on both sides until no longer pink. Let's turn the steak over really careful. We don't want to get splattered. I usually use a spoon for the oil and butter onto the steak while still cooking. About the steak, if you know how long does the steak can cook, approximately like about 4, 5, 6, or 7 minutes, either medium, medium rare, medium well, or even well done. When the steak is almost completely done, you can go ahead, just remove it from the skillet. I'm just going to check the potatoes, how they're going. Alright, when it comes after for 35 minutes, I'm going to flip the potatoes over. You can see it's almost nice and crisp. I'm using it with a tongs. You can also use a turner. That'd be a lot easy. Now I'm going to return it back in the oven for secondly 35 minutes or another. And I'm going to get right through for the steak, and I just already let that sit for just a moment ahead. You can also rotate onto the cookie sheet to turn this around and bake another one. It'll give you nice and crunchiness for the potatoes. Alright, we got the steak after just the rest for momentarily. I'm just give this to a slice onto the cutting board and see how it looks like. I'm just going to give it a closer look. The camera will be able to see those steak, see how it goes with. This is probably almost rare. Can you see that, guys? It's just like a medium rare or so. Potato wedges are completely crisp. I just took it out of the oven after this for additional 35 minutes. The total will be like 35 plus 35, which means that's 5 plus 5 equals 10. You would take the 0 on, then carry the 1 on 3, which makes 70 minutes. 70 minutes. I'm just going to plate out for the dishes, and we're ready to assemble. We're ready to assemble our ribeye steak with the baked potato wedges on the sides of the dishes. Let's go on the steak. Sometimes, who loves to have with the pink steak? I like the one with the well done. Potato wedges. Whoa, that's lots of potato wedges. Look at that, how crispy it was. I wish you could smell that. It's so great. Here we are, guys, our finished ribeye steak with the baked potato wedges on the sides of the dishes. Yummy. If you're interested for more recipes, write me in the comments below if you want to say something. You have to make sure to view all videos before sharing. Always have to give it a big thumbs up for everyone. As always, enjoy for the ribeye steak with the potato wedges on the sides. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment. Then ring the bell to see all notifications about the new videos and the latest video.